It is because, first of all, it is an improving technology that we all use one way or another, cars, trains or buses. Second of all, it is an environmental impact that we are all responsible for, global warming. Third of all, it is political consequences for our safety. There are wars triggered because of it. For example, recently, a diplomat called Gaddafi in Libya, there was a small revolt and he said that he would kill anybody in the revolt. And now the American army are on their way over there. They say it's for human rights, but actually it's just to secure petrol for the future for them. How do I intend to convince you that we need the petrol engine and which points I will present? First of all, it is a very interesting technology because it does not only produce energy for travel, but also electricity. Second of all, it emits carbon. We must limit the carbon emissions to protect the planet from greenhouse gases, aka global warming. The use of petrol makes us reliant on oil-rich nations, which triggers war, like Iraq and Libya. And fourth of all, the only reason that we can't use anything else is that we haven't found an alternative yet that produces the same amount of energy. The vocabulary you need to know before I start. First of all, a valve, a little plug which stops the air going out of the engine. An intake, a small pipe that lets in the air. An exhaust pipe is a pipe which lets the gas out of the engine. A piston is a small disc-like panel which transfers the pressure to the crankshaft. The crankshaft is a small tool to transform the piston motion to a circular movement. Now, the crankshaft is very important because without it, we'd just be hopping up and down all day. It basically makes the wheels go round. And the spark plug, the plug which sparks the engine for the explosion. How does it work? Well, first of all, petrol add air equals the explosion. Now, there are two types of petrol engines, the internal combustion engine and the external combustion engine. The internal engine is used for cars, and the external engine is used for jets and planes. Now, here is the four-stroke petrol engine. As related to its title, there are four steps. This is the crankshaft, this is the piston, and this is the combustion chamber where all the air and fuel comes in. And the intake valve and the exhaust valve, and most importantly, the spark plug. Now, the first step is when all the gas and the air goes in to the combustion chamber. And then the second one is the compression, where the piston starts going up to compress all of them, so it's very tight. And then the spark ignites, making the explosion so hard that it makes the wheels go round and pushes the piston down. And then there are little exhaust gases from leftover. And so the piston rises back up again, and the exhaust gases are the gases which you see going out of the rear of your car. The jet petrol engine. As you can see, the cold air is going in through the turbine, which compresses it into the combustion chamber, and the exhaust thrust is hard enough to propel the plane. The evolution of the petrol engine. The evolution has been progressive, but depends more on efficiency rather than transportation, which basically means that it has been going rather like candle to better candle rather than the candle to the light bulb. First point is that there's no more lead petrol, because in the early trains they used to put lead in the engines, which made it safer to use, but created a lot more pollution. Now, thankfully, the lead was taken out in 1970, and it's also safer, but also creates less pollution. The second one is that electric cars exist, but we can't have electric planes because the batteries are too heavy and we can't use solar energy for them either. Because if you live in London, it's cloudy, let's say 90% of the time, so you wouldn't even be able to take off. And lower consumption and better use of petrol I will explain in the next slide. As you can see over here, the first hybrid engine was made in 1997 by Toyota. Now here's a chart of what to use. As you can see, the planes can only use the petrol engine, which is what I think that the petrol should methods have at least 2 or 3 other alternatives. Now, the steam engine is slower, but it pollutes less, so it is also a better alternative than the petrol engine. The consequences of the usage of the petrol engine. Now, the first of all is that explosion equals exhaust gases, and the exhaust gases equals pollution. Petrol is made of carbon. Carbon and oxygen create CO2, which is a toxic gas which causes global warming. Petrol supply is important. For example, how many petrol stations do you see on your way home? I'm guessing quite a few. Countries who have oil, like Iraq and Libya, are very important to allow us to continue using petrol for our transportation methods. 3, most of us have cars or use one, and we are happy that the Earth suffers. There is an estimated 700 million cars in the world right now. Benefits. Transportation of people and goods is mostly provided by the petrol engine worldwide. A, cars, buses and trucks. B, boats, and C, planes and jets. 2, the production of electricity, and 3, improves productivity. Like for the fields in the old days, the farmers, they had to use oxes to plow and things. But now that we have the petrol engine, we can have tractors, so it makes plowing much faster and gives us more food. Now here is the timeline about the amount of cars. As you can see, in the 1900s there were only 4,000, and a large jump over to the 600 million in 2001. It is estimated that there will be over 1 billion in the world by 2030, because at the moment there are 10 people per car worldwide. The people who have several cars make up for the amount of people who don't have any cars at all. These are my sources. The first one is from The Land of the Black Gold by Erjo, which is a book, a tinted book you might have heard of. And then Primary Botanica and Number of Cars, and a few others. Now, what happens when you put the wrong kind of petrol in your petrol engine? Basically, the cartoon that I'm about to show you is from Tintin, and it's about these 2 men who hear that there is a poisoning in the oil that they usually use, so they decide to put in other oil in their car, the wrong kind of oil, and well, you can see what happens. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation.